Mark 5. This is the scripture where Jesus came across the man who lived amongst the tombs who had the demonic spirit of legion in him. Now, for these of you who don't know what legion means, it means thousands. So this man had thousands and thousands of demon spirits living inside of him. Let's look at what had happened when Jesus saw him. Mark 5 verses 2 to 10. When Jesus got out of the boat, immediately a man from the tombs with an unclean spirit met him. And the man lived in the tombs, and no one could bind him any more, not even with chains, for he had often been bound with shackles for the feet, and with chains. And he tore apart the chains and broke the shackles into pieces, and no one was strong enough to subdue and tame him. People, why was that? Because he was given supernatural strength by the demon spirits living inside of him. Verse 5. Night and day he was constantly screaming and shrieking among the tombs and on the mountains, and cutting himself with sharp stones. Seeing Jesus from a distance, he ran up and bowed down before him. This man was a believer. He was a believer in Jesus Christ, because no person who does not believe in Jesus will run up to Jesus and fall down in front of him in a worship position. This man was a believer in Jesus Christ who ran up to Jesus because he knew that Jesus could help him and deliver him from these demons. But although he was a believer in Jesus Christ, he still had thousands of demons living inside of him. A Christian can have thousands of demons living inside of him. So this argument, whether a Christian can have a demon or not, is ridiculously pointless. Because a Christian can have more than one demon. A Christian can have legions of demons living inside of them. Okay, let's start from verse 6 again. Seeing Jesus from a distance, he ran up and bowed down before him, and screaming with a loud voice. It was not the man who was screaming at this point. It was legion, the legion spirit living inside of this man, who was screaming and manifesting through this man, using only his vocal cords. Let's read on. And said, What business do we have in common with each other, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I implore you by God to swear to me, do not torment me. Legion was scared that Jesus would torment him and send him out of the region and maybe send him to hell. That's why he says to Jesus, swear to me, do not torment me. Let's read on, verse 8. For Jesus had been saying to him, Come out of the man, you unclean spirit. Note that Jesus told legion to come out of that man. Demons live inside of people, and even Christians can be occupied by demons. Jesus asked him, What is your name? And he replied, My name is Legion, for we are many. You guys see that Jesus recognized that he was not speaking to the man, but that he was speaking to a spirit. Let's read on, verse 10. And he began begging Jesus repeatedly not to send them out of the region. Now, why does it say them in this last verse here? Because legion were many spirits working together as one. Now, when Legion saw Jesus, he immediately saw that there was something different about Jesus, and he knew that he was powerless against Jesus. and that he cannot torment Jesus or manipulate or afflict Jesus in any way, because he saw that there was nothing in Jesus' soul which belonged to Satan, and that there was nothing in Jesus' soul which was in common with evil and with sin. So Legion knew that Jesus could torment him, and that is why Legion in verse 7 begged Jesus not to torment him.